Hello everybody, Snow Parks. I'm here doing a presentation for Team Diamond's level. Pretty much it's just going to be about my contributions here. So let's get started. So in our agenda today, I'm going to have a little introduction about the team, showcase, and talk about each contribution along with visual aids, and then give some final tips and takeaways, and I also throw some honorable mentions into there. So what team are we? Team Diamond. We're an online group. We were supposed to have 5 members. We had people added. Ended up just being 3 of us for the entire time. So strong team of 3, tough as diamonds. Our team was comprised of me, Noah Parks, James Primo, and Anthony Perez, who my team members, I give them massive props. Early on, they did a lot of the work the first few days for setting up kind of the feel we were going for, and I was behind the scenes doing a lot of the coding and touching up a lot of areas along the way and setting up how the internals, like the feel and the design of the room, was going to look instead of just the overall viewpoint, top down, like layout of the building. So when we're talking about our project, we went for more of a dilapidated power building that has been ran down. Some walls have crumbled, some lights are out, it's dim, it's dark, and there's a couple leftover enemies that have came from the events of the fall. I added a tad bit of backstory when I added some notes and stuff. That there was a manager, he tried to get out, he got caught, the rest of the team was too scared, and as you go through about the building, you'll see some of those employees and the manager dead. The goal was to get the keys, go through the tunnels of the building to get to the other side, complete our main puzzle, and then cross the bridge. And you go to the back set of buildings that would inevitably lead to an elevator. So now we get to the fun part. My contributions personally with visual aid to enhance your viewing pleasures and the presentation. I had a lot of trouble using some PowerPoint and kind of figuring out what would look good on this. I made the bad mistake of reading the assignment today. I thought I was just going to turn in what I finished and we were going to play test again, but it was going to be graded. I didn't know there'd be a PowerPoint, so did this kind of quickly. Hopefully everything looks good. So let's get started with the starting zone here. I largely contributed to the layout choices, design-wise, in the starting zone, and adding the manager office, how it was implemented, and the fact that there's even a hallway blocking off the main zone from the office spaces to help more lead the player's eye to not go that way first, and to go towards the more open area. Also, a lot of the assets are going to be in the machine room, in this first room, the starting lobby, and in the office space. It's really where the majority of the beta assets that we got to put in or that I was able to build together were put. And that was, I believe it was all me that did that entirely. So as you see in the top right picture, with me looking at some of the textures on the wall and one of the lights that I built, the light structures. The bottom left, we have some chairs that I imported and a like subway-esque waiting room bench style type thing. And then on the bottom right, you can see the table that I modeled and some chairs that I modeled. They're swivel chairs and spin around. They're super dope. Now we move on to a lot of the blueprints. I don't know if anyone else contributed blueprint-wise. I think I did all of the coding, if I'm not mistaken. From our puzzle, to our cool swivel chair, to the door, to how the zombies are moving. All of it, I coded everything. So you can just see these pictures in the middle from top to bottom left is going to be the battery packs that we used, the asset that changes the color of the battery, when you plug in the battery, how it looks, and the fact that it changed the color, and then on the bottom left, it's the color station, and an acceptor that opened a door over on the left to let that player through. On the top right, we just have the interacting swivel chair. I'll show you when we do our playthrough. And on the bottom right, I have an open door. I do the coding on the door. Next thing that I contributed heavily to were dead bodies, notes, and keys. Any of the key items that you pick up, any of the notes that you pick up, I implemented those. There's also a lot of like barrel and these tank assets that we see over here on the right picture. I imported all of those. I put the little dead dude in the swivel chair because I thought it would be really funny to spin him around, have him fall off. The right is that. The left, we have the manager, little blood splatter on the wall. You see he's dead. He's got the key that's hidden up under his foot and a note next to him to let the player know what's going on. And then I showed the other picture from the last slide again because there's another dead body from an employee there that actually has a note on him to lead the player in the right direction. My final tips and takeaways was that I learned again how to work as a team in a more professional environment. It was very chaotic at first, and we had a lot of hiccups, but we managed to get it done with just the three of us. I wish we could have gotten more assets in and had some more time to fully finish it, because I really liked the way that the first couple of areas came out that we got to model and import those beta assets into. I wish I could see the whole level that way. Maybe I'll do it myself in the future for portfolio or something. Furthermore, I developed skills in material usage. Materials are definitely something that's very intimidating to me, because we already learned how to code, but then there's like more code to the materials and the textures and more terminology, and you have to use external tools to properly do it as of right now. So it's always been a little intimidating to get it quite right, and I feel like I did learn a couple things I was able to implement. Next, I reinforced modeling techniques. I modeled quite a few things and played around with a lot of tools to build us some cool assets to try and have extra props and stuff like that in the early stages of building. And some of them we ended up using in the end just because we thought they were cool and I liked that I made them. And then I reinforced a lot of my coding knowledge. It did take me some time to get those out there. A lot of them were very similar. And no, I didn't have to set up the full base code to get everything to work. But there was one or two things that I did have to like fully do myself. So it really helped me look up a lot of articles, reinforced learning from reading other students' issues or going online to either get some assistance from ChatGPT if I knew exactly what I was trying to figure out and could not find an answer. I would see if that could help me or teach me something that I didn't know that I could implement, or I would use the Unreal website and just read an article on there. Lastly, an honorable mention of something, I modeled a lot of the assets from the table, some of the pillars, the swivel chair, the door, the filing cabinets that we see. I modeled all of that myself. Thank you. This has been Noah Parks. Some info. If you care, I'd like to have some more people on LinkedIn. Go ahead. And if you want to work together on a project together in the future, when we have the opportunity again, my student email. Now let's wrap this up and get going with a full playthrough of our level. I'm going to go ahead and swap that over right now. And we're going to make it pretty quick. It will just be a core path walkthrough, but I do want to show it. So show up, we got Team Diamond start zone. Look around, we got some wall textures sticking out, doors, we got outside landscape, some crumbled walls, some pillars, some more stone. See, I modeled some light assets and imported stuff. Alright, so first you're meant to be guided by starting over here. I'm trying to guide the player more into the open area to not look over here. That's why I added the wall. So go over here, roll up here, maybe you just see the zombies through the door. Maybe you see them dead on the ground. You take a note. It's been 10 days since the event. I know I can escape if I had the manager's key, but that room is crawling with those things. And here's my little swivel chair just to show it off a bit. You know, 'cause it's fun. Alright. Let's go ahead and collect some ammo, because I'm a terrible shot with this game. It has insanely high sensitivity. Now, I would usually say you can stealth in this room, but it is kind of difficult if you just catch it on the wrong cycle. Okay, now let's see if we can catch this cycle. No, we cannot. Alright, we're just gonna unload. What the heck? No! Yeah, the sensitivity in this game is whack. Okay, here we go. We got Mr. Manager. We'll take his note. His final letter. To anyone who's brave enough to find me, there's a key to the maintenance room in the bottom drawer of my filing cabinet. From there you can go through the tunnels and escape out of the back of the building. Good luck, if there even is such a thing. So we find the key next to his body and his note. You can see we got some wood paneling, some more, little more assets. So we're gonna go the way we haven't gone. We'll reach our office area. Got our filing cabinets. Opens. They got money in them. Nice. All the drawers are independent. Looking at our manager key. So it's in the bottom drawer of the filing cabinet. So we got the maintenance room key here. I think I might just want to kill these. Got some water tanks here. Shelving. Some cleaning supplies, barrels, etc. Spin the dead guy in the chair for fun. He's got all of his little work tools up here that he's been working on. So this is what I would consider like 0.1 into our mechanic. You take something, you put it in the slot, and it opens a door. And we're going to go downstairs, and now we've entered the tunnels. And about here is where we are running out of like the assets. So you're going to take your battery, plug it in, take it, and plug it in, and it opens. And now we have a blue and a yellow and a green. So we're going to take it. Then you can plug it in there. It can turn that color. It can turn that color. And then we will take this one. Make that one yellow. Oh, what? Give me that. Okay. Now let's go plug these guys in. So as you can see, so they're attached to door 1, door 2. If we plug green into door 1, it doesn't work. If we plug yellow into door 1, it opens up. And I wish I would have been able to develop a better asset for that. And then same thing for next door. And pushed onwards and upwards out of like 0.2 of the mechanic into this area where it's like the full mechanic. So now you're gonna like plug in all the batteries into the things to get it working right. Right now, it works. We're gonna plug in that one. And we'll need to plug them into the final one. So then we're gonna plug in the green one. Yeah, we're gonna try and see if we can make it what we missed. And then wrap around this side, and there's one more waiting for you, and another dead body of an employee. And then we turn it blue. Put that over there. So now go plug it into the yellow one. First door opens. This is my cheap trick of, hey, I didn't have enough time to get it coded right. This is my cheap trick for the triple lock. All of them open. You get to cross the bridge. You head towards the back door. And the level ends as you head towards those elevator doors. Right there. Well, I appreciate everyone watching. This is a lot of fun, this class. And I honestly can't wait until we get to do it again. And maybe have a bit more time, or I get a chance to have a full team.